We are on the air with Brad Eastland, the sports philosopher, sipping a little Newcastle dark all the way from England. But hey, we play football here in America, so let's get right to the games. I noticed that we've got the New England hosting the New York Giants this week. How do you feel about that one, Brad?
Yes, indeed, Pete. We have 4 games we have to entertain your readership with, and 3 of them are over-unders, and 1 is a straight bet.
You are the king of the overs.
Well, I'd like to think so. New England and the Giants. Is that the one we want to start with?
That's what we're talking about.
The number's about 51 on that one. New England plays a hurry-up offense. They come up to the line quick. They snap the ball quick. They pass more than they run. The Giants have a lousy defense. 2 fine quarterbacks. A rematch of the Super Bowl from 5 years ago when the Giants came from behind and beat New England in that game.
Oh,
but
wow.
both defenses were way, way better back then. These are 2 top-class offenses and 2 porous, poor pass defense-oriented defense. It should be points, points, points from flag fall to finish. Take the over at 51 on that game and just watch the points come rolling in.
So New England hasn't slowed it down at all on offense?
They've only had 1 game this year where they've scored less than 30 points.
Wow, okay. That over does sound very tempting.
Pretty tempting, huh, Pete?
Very tempting. Green Bay comes out west to San Diego.
Yeah, another game where you have 2 top-flight quarterbacks in Phillip Rivers for the Chargers and the great Aaron Rodgers for Green Bay. Obviously, the Packer offense is a thing of beauty right now. 30 points is nothing for them. The Chargers were reeling from that horrible loss to the Chiefs last week. They proved they really have a hard time stopping anybody. The Packers have not had a good year defensively. They're weak at linebacker. They're weak on the defensive line. They got a lot of good playmakers on defense in Charles Woodson and Clay Matthews. But by and large, they allow a lot of yards and a lot of points. Cam Newton threw for over 400 yards against them earlier this year. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to go back and forth. I don't see this one being a low-scoring nail-biter. I think it's going to be a high-scoring nail-biter. I don't like the line very much. I think the Chargers are going to give Green Bay all they want at home. But I think it's going to be one of those things where both teams score comfortably into the 20s and 30s. Both teams might even score in the 30s. It could be that kind of game. Take the over.
Okay, so the over-under number is 51, so you're saying
50, 52, 51, anything in that area.
So go way over. You think it might go 55, 60?
More like high 50s, low 60s.
All right, there you go. Another over.
You can't bet it over if you think you're only going to clear it by 2 or 3 points. What's the point?
So let's stay on the this over-under theme that we have going. Let's move to Monday Night Football, and we've got Chicago, your Chicago Bears, moving to the Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to bet against your team in that for the over to go over 47, Philadelphia's going to have to do some scoring, right? But of course the Eagles are going to score. They scored 34 points against the Cowboys last week. They could have scored 50 with a break or 2. Their offense is a thing of beauty when it gets going, but when they make turnovers, they give up points just as easily. They have a porous defense. They're poor against the run. They're poor against the pass. So the Bears are going to score their usual 25 to 30 points or more. The Eagles could score any number of points. I think both these teams have a good chance of getting into the 30s, and a lot of the people around the country are doing the same thing in the newspapers, picking this to be a very high-scoring game. I don't see any way it turns into a defensive battle on either side. 47 is a pretty low number. That number should be 54.
47 and a half, so
yeah,
okay.
Whatever. And anything under 50 points on the number, take that and play it over and just watch the points roll up from flag fall to finish. Over the 47.
All right, you keep throwing in that flag fall to finish because your mind's on the Breeders'
My
Cup.
mind's on the Breeders' Cup.
Okay, which is also Saturday. Of course, the races will be over by the time we get to Sunday.
That's
the
right.
final game on the slate for us is San Francisco, the hot 49ers, moving into Washington, the nation's capital. It's a 3.5 spread, open at 4.5. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's down to 3 on my sheet, but call it 3.5. That's fine. The way I feel about it is I've been working really hard here the past 2 minutes during these picks, and I need to take a moment out for a relaxing break. So just give me a second.
All right, there you go. It's our beer commercial.
That's good beer. Okay, back to the spreads. This is my best bet of the week. Simply said, take the Niners and give the 3.5 points. I don't see Washington competing against good teams for the rest of the season.
A West Coast team coming all the way, going all the way back east.
Yes, I mean that's why the spread is so low. There has to be a reason why the spread is low. It's because it's on the road, and West Coast teams don't always do well on the East Coast. I realize that, but the Redskins are banged up. Santana Moss, best receiver, out for the year. Chris Cooley, their tight end, out for the year. 2 of their offensive linemen, their best linemen, out for the year, and their quarterback situation is in shambles. Rex Grossman, who stinks, was replaced by John Beck last week, who might be worse. And as a result, the Redskins didn't score a point against Buffalo last week, and Buffalo has a terrible defense. This is a team that is going to have a hard time scoring any points in this game, or anything more than 10 will be a shock to me. I don't think the Niners are going to roll up the score. I see this game going like 23-6, 17-3, 20-10. It's going to be one of those low-scoring, tough games with the Niners ahead the whole game and always ahead and comfortably ahead as they try to go 7-1. The Niners, the story of the young NFL season, the most surprising team in football. Take them to win and cover and take it all the way to the bank. And don't forget to be out there in Santa Anita tomorrow for my book signing.
That's right. And what time will you be at the gift store?
I'll be near the gift shop at Santa Anita, near the walking ring, between 10:30 and noon tomorrow, November 5th, Saturday, where I will be signing copies of my book, Where Gods Gamble, A Tale of American Mythology, on sale for only $24 in the gift shop. Or bring your own copy from home.
All right, there you are, folks. The Sports Philosopher will join you again next week.
That's the most shameless plug ever. I enjoyed it.